What if I told you that the company which could have ruled the entire photography world actually invented the technology to do it? They had it in their hands, but they buried it, locked it away, and years later, that same company went completely broke. This is the story of Kodak. And trust me, you won't believe the mistakes they made. Before we get into the crazy part, you need to understand one thing. Kodak was not just a company, it was the company. At their peak, they controlled 90% of all films sold in America. Think about that. 90%. Every wedding photo, every birthday memory, every family picture, all of it went through Kodak. They had over 100,000 employees. They were making billions every single year. Nobody could touch them. Nobody even came close. Kodak was untouchable, or so everyone thought. It all started back in 1892. A man named George Eastman had one simple dream. He wanted to make photography available for everyone, not just rich people, not just professionals, everyone. And he did exactly that. Before Kodak, cameras were huge, complicated, expensive. Only experts could use them. But Eastman changed all of that. He made cameras simple, affordable, easy. His famous slogan was, "You press the button, we do the rest," and people loved it. The whole world loved it. Kodak grew into one of the most powerful companies on the planet. Life was good, business was booming, and then everything changed. The year is 1975. A young 24-year-old engineer inside Kodak named Steve Sasson is working on something big, something that had never been done before. After months of hard work, he builds it, the world's very first digital camera. No film, no chemicals, just pure digital images. He is excited, he is proud. He walks into the meeting room, ready to show his bosses the future. He puts it on the table, everyone looks at it, and then silence. You know what they told him? They said, "That's cute, but don't tell anyone about it. Don't show anyone. Keep it secret." Steve couldn't believe it. He just invented the future, and they wanted to hide it. Now you might be thinking, why would they do that? Were they stupid? No, actually they were very smart. That was the problem. Kodak made all of their money from film. Every single photo taken meant more film sold, more film developed, more money coming in. A digital camera meant no film. No film meant no money. They could see exactly what digital cameras would do. They would destroy the film business completely. So instead of embracing it, they feared it. Instead of running toward the future, they ran away from it. They chose comfort over change, safety over growth, and that one decision would cost them everything. For a while, that could seem like the right call. The 80s were great, the 90s were good too. But then something started happening that Kodak couldn't stop. Other companies started building digital cameras. Sony, Canon, Nikon. They weren't scared, they jumped in, and then smartphones arrived. Suddenly, everyone had a camera in their pocket, a good camera, a free camera. Nobody needed film anymore. Kodak's sales started dropping, then dropping faster, then crashing. They panicked. They tried to release their own digital cameras, but it was way too late. The world had already moved on, and in 2012, 37 years after their own engineer built the very first digital camera, Kodak filed for bankruptcy. Gone. Just like that. Here's the thing that hits different about this story. Kodak didn't fail because they were weak. They failed because they were too comfortable. They had the money. They had the talent. They literally had the invention in their hands. But they were so scared of losing what they had today that they refused to build what could have been tomorrow. And the most painful part, by trying to protect their business, they lost it anyway. Kodak is not alone in this. Blockbuster did the same thing. Nokia did the same thing. And somewhere right now, another big company is probably making the exact same mistake. The lesson is simple. Never get so attached to today that you become blind to tomorrow. Kodak had every single advantage. Money, people, time. And they even had the invention itself, but fear beat them. Fear of change, fear of losing what they had. And that fear cost them everything. Now I want to ask you something. What other company do you think made this same mistake? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe right now, because what's coming next is even more insane than this.